An arrest has finally been made in the South Carolina postal workers shooting and murder. Thank you for joining me today. An arrest has finally been made in the homicide of South Carolina postal worker Trevor Raekwon Seward, 22, of Andrews, South Carolina, has been arrested and charged with the murder of Irene Pressley, a Williamsburg County Sheriff's Office announced late Saturday night. Pressley had worked in as a rural letter carrier for the U.S. Postal Service for 22 years. When she was killed on September 23rd in Andrews, South Carolina, the public information officer for the U.S. Postal Inspector told ABC News she was shot multiple times. Seward was seen before the shooting with an AR-15, and multiple .223 shell casings were found at the scene on Sept Road. A fingerprint located on a U.S. postal parcel that was recovered from the crime scene was confirmed to be Seward's, according to details of the case provided by the sheriff's office through their Facebook page. A possible motive has not been disclosed. Jessica Adams, the public information officer for the U.S. Postal Inspector, told ABC News that Pressley was a rural route carrier, and when this incident occurred, was just doing her job. Seward is being held in Williams County Detention Center. David M. McGinnis, inspector in charge of the Charlotte Division of U.S. Postal Inspector Service, said the task force of more than 70 people has been assembled to investigate Presley's murder. Currently, the U.S. Postal Inspector Service takes the security and well-being of Postal Service's employees very seriously. The statement from the Charlotte Division of U.S. Postal Inspectors reads, Stewart has not yet entered a plea on these charges. Online court records do not list an attorney for Stewart, but an attorney for a prior case did not immediately report or return communication with ABC News. Doing a public records search for information on Trevor Raekwon Seward, 22, from Andrews, South Carolina, there are two individuals who match that name who come up in the South Carolina area and in around the area of Andrews. If he is either one of those two individuals, that would make him in possession of a firearm, a felon in the possession of a firearm, which would carry an enhancement on top of the already murder charges that he is currently being housed on. And on top of it all, he's currently being held. He has not entered a plea. They have not set a bail amount for him until he sees the judge in this case. On top of it all, there may be federal charges that may be levied against him if he did, and they are able to prove that he did steal some mail from the postal worker. They know that his fingerprints have been found on mail there at the crime scene. They know he did walk up to the postal worker who was found dead laying on the ground and half in, half out of the vehicle. But he may have taken mail. If he did, that is a federal crime. Theft of mail is a federal crime. So he's looking at possibly a felon in possession of a firearm, murder, federal crime of stealing mail. And for right now, they have not levied any actual charges against him. They're holding him now on just basically the fact that he was in possession of an AK-47, and that he is being held on an investigation of hold for this actual murder. So, if he is actually one of the two individuals, there is a Trevor Raekwon Seward, age 22, who is listed as having a criminal record there in the Andrews area in South Carolina, and there is a Trevor R.S. and then it says Seward, Seward, spelled the same way, age 22. But if he is one of those two, that means he is a felon in possession of a firearm, because there are two felonies on each of this person's record, or all four of them could be those felonies could be him. So it's hard to tell right now, because of where the investigation is. The Williams County Sheriff's Office is not returning calls to the mainstream media right now, and I am not able to find any leads into the actual case at this point. But I'm still looking into it to see if he is the actual person that was involved in this case, and if he is the same person who has the felonies.